Hello and welcome to. We don't even have a name for this, but this is our podcast. Um, my name is John Tay Grace, and we've been talking about this for a very long time, and we've been planning on making some type of a podcast, some type of his and hers talk themed video for a very long time. So we figured let's just go ahead and do it. And we don't even have a name right now, but we're going to figure it out as we go. So, welcome and thank you, Sherelle, for making yourself available. Maybe we should start by a little bit of who we are. So, I will just kind of give a brief little introduction. I am John Tay Grace. I am 35 years old, which sounds weird to say it out loud because I feel like me. I feel like a regular 20-something-year-old until I see these new dances that come out. And then when I try to do that dance, I'll be like, okay, yeah, I'm 35. I can't do the gritty. I can't do the whoa, or none of that. So yes, I'm 35 years old. I have one son. As far as black men go, I'm actually doing pretty well. I only got one. And my son is 12 years old. I am not with the mother. So I am a single dad. But I am a bachelor degree holder. I have my degree in history and religious studies from the University of Oregon. So I'm an educated black male, but I'm not one of them goody goods. I'm not a bougie nigga. I'm not one of those types that looks down on anybody, especially people that have my same color. I'm just a black man trying to make it and trying to have a good life just like everybody else is. So that's how I categorize myself. I've never been married, which is going to be important for the topics that we're going to talk about because, you know, experience matters. And I've had relationship experience, but I've never been married. I've never even been engaged, never even been close. I would be what you would call a serial relationshipper. I have 2 year relationships every 2 years, So that's me. And yeah, we'll learn more as we go, but I'll just throw it to you, Sherelle. What about you?
Okay, so once again, I'm Carolus. I am 36 years old. I hold two master's degrees.
Mm.
One in
Mm. Wait. Say that again.
two master's degrees.
Two master's degrees.
Yes.
Mm. All right. Salute.
One is in sports and fitness management, and the other one is in athletic training.
Wow. Yeah.
I am also a licensed massage therapist,
What? Okay.
and I own my own business. But I also am about to start my new job, which is taking me to the Division 1 level, the number one school in the country. Um, as far as football is concerned, if you ask me,
Go on and say it.
roll tide,
Go on
roll.
and say it. Go on. Let's just get that out of the way. Look, you will never hear me say those words because I went to the University of Oregon and we consider ourselves rivals, even though we've never beat y'all and we probably never will. But in my mind, we will. So I'm happy for you, but you will never hear me say those words. Every time you say that, I'm gonna say "Go Ducks," just to let you know from the beginning. Every time you say "Roll Tide," it's gonna be followed by a "Go Ducks."
Right, right. Uh,
No, I'm sorry. Keep going.
I actually do not have any children.
Okay.
Um, I have also never been married.
Interesting.
I am not a serial monogamist, but I do love monogamy. I have
Yeah.
actually been in only a handful of relationships,
Okay.
committed
Interesting.
relationships. If I'm 100% honest, I've been in three.
Okay.
And the longest one of those three was 3 years.
Okay. Uh-huh.
I'll switch it to
You
you.
get, yeah. Okay, okay.
I'll
See,
switch it to you.
good,
Okay,
good. See,
you know,
we both have admitted a flaw already,
already,
and so that's
already,
good to just get it out there. And we're not perfect. We're not setting ourselves up to be perfect. But I loved what you said when we spoke off camera. You said that you wanted this to be what'd you say, a solution based debate,
yes,
right?
ma'am.
And that's perfect for what I envision as well, because we don't want to just get on here and just talk about what's going on, just complain and just add
Right,
to the noise that's already going on out there. We really want to either discuss or explore or try to find solutions or things that, news you can use, things that you can put to use in your personal life, in your personal, romantic, or social relationships that will help you have a healthy, partnership with the people that are in your life. And that's kind of what I'm envisioning this to be. I want it to be something that will help people. And if it doesn't help people, at least I want it to help us, at least let it be some sort of therapy for us, right? So,
right,
but I hope we make this have some sort of value for people that they can take from this. This is not going to be something of shock value. I don't want this to
right,
be something where where we're just saying stuff to get clicks or to get eyeballs or to get exposure and shares and all that stuff. I don't care about none of that stuff, right? And I think that that's important to get out of the way.
right,
You won't hear us just saying a bunch of shit just to make a splash. We really want this to be something that is useful. So
right. And
yeah.
I think we're gonna get there. And I think a big thing that I know about both of us is my goal is to let black men know that they're protected with
Mm.
black women. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. I love that. I love that. And for me,
Do that is
what'd you say?
to bring them together. Like I
Right.
think because we want to protect each other, we're going to protect each
Right.
other.
Absolutely. Because that's the same thing that I want from my end. I want people to know that there are black men out here that are down to ride for y'all all the way. You know what I'm saying? Through hell and high water. And I'm not the only one there. I know a lot of us. We are committed to y'all, and because we're all we have. We really are all we got. And I don't say that lightly. So I
Right.
feel the same exact way. This is going to be, yeah, we're going to talk about problems that we're having between black men and black women, but we're always going to come at it from a conciliatory manner where we're going to try to fix it, and we're going to try to find a way through it. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it's going to be, right?
Right.
All right. Well, with that out of the way, I have this graphic up on the screen, and we were speaking about this the other day, but I wanted to come back to this, and maybe this can just be how we kick off our conversation. This can just be an icebreaker. We don't have to
Yeah.
spend all of our time on this, but I did want to get this out of the way right from the jump, because niggas got a reputation for always wanting and always being with white women, Mexican women, Asian women, every other women, but who? Black women.
Us.
Black women, right? And I I take issue with that, mainly because every single one of my girlfriends has been black. I mean, all the way back till the only white girlfriend I ever had was in the second grade, and her name was Becky, of all people. Yeah. Yes. Well, no. Let me take that back. Her name was Rebecca. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So her name was Becky, But it was in second grade. You know what I'm saying? But ever since then, all of my girlfriends, not even, I haven't even had a Mexican girlfriend. I haven't had an Asian. I have been with black women the entire time. And and that's just normal. I don't see myself being with anyone else but black women. They know me, they know my culture, they know the music that I like, they know the way that I speak, the slang that I use. You know, just like we have a knowledge of each other that's way deeper than somebody that's not from my culture, that you can connect with somebody on a human being level,
Right.
but it's not the same as being from someone that is from your culture. And what I found now that, and we'll talk about this later, now that I'm getting older, it's not the same as being from someone of your same age group either. So there's that also, because there's some things I can say a show reference from a Martin episode back in the 90s. And if you are a millennial or if you are a 20 something, you ain't gonna know what the hell I'm talking about, but it's just gonna be funny to me, right? But if it's somebody like you, Sherelle, you know, what I'm talking about because we grew up watching the same TV shows when we were coming up through, the years. So that's just something. It's not just ethnicity. It's not just culture.
Right.
It's also age. It's a lot of different things. But anyway, this graphic clearly states that the marriage rates for black men. Let's go ahead and look at who black men married. 85% of black men who did marry someone married a black spouse, a black woman. 9%, that is almost 10%, married a white spouse. So there is that. But what do you expect? This is America, Let's see, 3% married a Hispanic, and another 3% married other, which can include Asian and Pacific and Europeans and all of the other ethnicities put together. But 85% is damn near everybody. That's a clear, overwhelming majority, right? And of course, we know black women. 93% of black women marry black men. So y'all still do beat us in that category. I mean, y'all still mostly choose black men to marry, which is crazy because I see a lot of black women with white men also. Maybe they're not getting married or whatever the case may be. Maybe they're just
And I
together.
think that's the important distinction right there when we start talking about this
Mm.
is black men might date white women, but that we also got to look at if you look at our generation, we're also the generation that don't get married.
Right, right. That is interesting that you say that. And I have another graphic. I pulled this off from the blackdemographics.com website. And basically, what it says is that since basically the 80s, well, marriage has gone down in America totally, but marriage in general among black people has really gone down since the 70s. And it really coincides with the war on drugs, the rise in
Right.
mass incarceration.
Yep.
Once they started breaking up our households and our family structures and sending the black men to prison and the black women to the welfare line, then marriage just completely fell off, right? And let me pull up this one because, yeah, this is definitely a good one. Let's see, window capture. Yes. All right. Well, that is way big. Okay, let me make that smaller. Oh, damn it. It's not gonna work. Hold on. Maybe I can make it a little bit smaller. Anyway, the war on drugs and its effect on black marriage in the 80s and the 90s. So, the black line indicates black men in prison. The red line indicates the number of black men who have never been married. Okay? It's not the number of black men that have married, but have never been married. And as you can see, that when the black line of incarceration starts to go up, the number of black men who never married went up as well. They're linked. Yeah, if you're serving 15 years in jail, 20 years, if you got an LWOP, which is life without parole, if you got 25 with an L, you aren't. I mean, maybe you doing the pen pal thing, but you're probably choosing a fat white trailer park girl from Ohio that's just lonely and wants a companion, and then that's at that point it's just a matter of survival. You just got to do what you got to do to get some money on your books. Like, can you really judge them? All right, so we're gonna throw them ones out. We're gonna talk about the people who voluntarily met. And as you can see, once Nixon declared the war on drugs, right here, 1971, that's when the policies began to be shifted from deterrence to punishment of crimes. And as we all know, the majority of black and Latino people in prison are there for nonviolent offenses, mostly drug offenses and substance abuse. But we can see this number going up from the 70s all the way in a sharp decline. And as you see this yellow part, this 1980s, this is Reagan, Bush 1, and Clinton. So 1981 through 2001, it goes up from 10% of black men incarcerated all the way to 26 goddamn percent. That sharp of an increase in a matter of 20 years. Yeah, that's 20 years. There was an increase from 10% of us being locked up and held in bondage to 25, 26% of us in prison. And that's in 2001. Okay? So, that whole myth about, first of all, the whole myth about black men marrying or being with white women, it's not completely false, but it's definitely not as prevalent as the narrative is. What I will say is, it looks like we're doing that because that's what all the athletes and the entertainers are doing, right? So when you're looking and you're watching the music, you're watching the sports, you're seeing who these players are marrying, you're seeing what these celebrities are doing in their private lives. Yes, a lot of these celebrities are going out and getting white women. Why? Because when you move into that level and your money gets like way different, you only move in circles with people that also have that kind of money. And unfortunately, there's not a lot of black women in those circles that also have that kind of money. So you end up just being around a whole bunch of white people because white people are the only people that have money like that aren't celebrities. Let's just call it what it is, right? So you end up just getting you a black woman or a white woman because you meet some girl and she make you seem like she gonna do everything for you, which they do in the beginning, and then you end up falling in love with her, and then you end up with the okie doke because she done had 3 of your kids, and then after that she's out and she files for a divorce. And that's the broken record that happens with all the athletes and all the entertainers. We see it over and over again. But most black men marry black women. That's just facts. All right. So let's put that one to rest.
It's very interesting because I was thinking about that after we talked about it the other day, and I looked at we're talking about how different regions it seems to be different as well.
Absolutely.
And I look at my life, and when we moved to North Carolina from Southern California, I feel the minute I left California, people started calling me a white girl.
Interesting.
Growing up, people were telling me, "You're going to marry a white man. You're going to marry a white man."
And why is that?
Huh?
Why were they calling you that? Because the way you speak, of course, that age.
And I was into different things. You know, I've always been into
Okay,
anime.
okay.
And like, I mean, I'm sitting up here with a tattoo on me that's anime related. Like,
Okay, okay. So
but yeah.
just in case it's not clear that you are not like you're not like the others. You are into anime and all kinds of other stuff that will be considered white. And we need to get rid of that anyway. Right. See, be proud of
That's
that.
why
Yeah.
white is right. And I don't like
Exactly.
that.
Exactly.
I don't
And
like that because you know what? I know my family and we about black as you get
full of
and
niggas, right?
I need
Just
correction.
full of niggas. Just, and I love them all. But we full of niggas. The family is just chock full of just, straight keep it real niggas. And that's just what it is. And I got a healthy dose of that in my life also. But you're right. The old thing about speaking, and I live on the West Coast. I still live on the West Coast. I was born here. I grew up here out on the West Coast, and we do speak what you would consider proper, And so I have lived in the South. I've lived in Texas, and yes, that was a comment that I got a lot. That I spoke proper or I spoke white, and you're right. As a side note, we do got to stop associating correct English with whiteness and I hate this one, intelligence in general. We got to stop saying that you're being white if you do your work or if
Right.
you are into hobbies or information that the average person isn't into. That's not a white thing.
No. And you know, and that ended up framing how I looked at,
Mm,
men. And
right.
now I will say Southern California, lots of Pacific Islanders, so I have always had a thing for my Samoan
Oh,
men.
okay, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I will say, once I started to grow up, the men that I got attention from, if they weren't gross old men, were white guys.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
I went to a PWI for
Okay.
undergrad.
Okay. And for the audience that don't know, PWI stands for Predominantly White Institution. I went to one as well. The University of Oregon is a PWI for sure.
I went to a PWI, although it was only 2 miles down the street from the HBCU in the city.
Okay. Okay.
So, I knew what I needed to do. But my first boyfriend was a white guy.
Oh. Oh, so you're the traitor, not me. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Because
Right.
this, okay, so this white guy only had black friends.
Oh, you have one of them. Okay.
But he wasn't one of them.
Really?
It was weird. He lived in a strip.
Wow, you got a spotted owl striped. You
I
found
did.
you
I
found the most
did.
random unicorn that you
I
could.
did. I did.
Okay.
But what I noticed was also as I got older and as I started moving deeper into the South,
Mm-hmm.
then when my outward appearance was more aesthetic to where I was, that's when more black men started to approach me. And since
Okay.
then, I haven't even talked to a white boy. Like, I can't even see myself being a white man. Not that I have anything against it, I just don't see myself in one.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
I've found that, and because I look at my brother. My brother is in his mid 40s,
Okay.
very successful,
Mm-hmm.
single black man, no kids.
Okay.
And these little other girls trying to knock his head out trying to get him.
Mm.
But it wasn't always like that for me either.
Right.
It was like,
Right.
it's almost like we don't start
Ooh.
accepting each other until we start to get older and have to appreciate each other.
Okay.
You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
For
because,
sure.
I'm not a small girl. I'm a healthy one.
You a healthy one?
I'm a healthy one.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
I had to get down into Georgia and Alabama
Okay. Yeah. To
for
get
black
respect.
men to look at me.
Yeah.
Even though I'm a big girl, I ain't got big booty.
Right.
And
Right.
so they don't want that black girl.
Right.
What I was
Okay.
getting a lot of. So that's when these white boys come in and they were a little bit more appreciative of it. And
Yep.
But we have to remember that a lot of times that appreciation is not real appreciation.
Right.
It's fetishizing.
Right.
It's
Right.
fetishizing.
Oh gosh, we're going deep today,
Uh,
because that whole thing that has a lot of history. It has a lot of complexities. It has a lot of nuances wrapped up in it. When people go and get someone from a different culture, yes, it can very well be genuine, you know, but it can also very well just be a fad. It could be a fetish. It could be a fantasy. Um, oh, there's so much to say about that. That's a whole thing in itself. And I don't know if we want to go down that road today, but we're gonna put a pin in that one. We're gonna circle back.
we gonna come back to
We're
that
gonna
one.
come back to that one because that's a very, very interesting topic. And yes, I want to cover the whole thing. For as long as we do this, we are coming up on 30 minutes. So I kind of want to I think we should just break it here. But this thing is just going to grow, right? We're going to evolve, and we invite you guys to take this journey with us. I've never been on a podcast before. I've always wanted to, and I tried to do it once, just an audio podcast, but it didn't take off. So I've never been involved in a podcast before. As I understand it, with you, you have done a podcast before, Sherelle. But was it yours, or how was that?
So our podcast, me and a very dear friend of mine, we came up with it. And originally, it was supposed to be a podcast for kind of the divine feminine.
Ooh,
And
okay.
we did an episode, and it's so crazy because it almost looks similar. We did an episode where we brought in men because we were talking about bridging the gap between the divine feminine and the divine masculine.
Okay.
And it turned into a relationship podcast. And we
Okay.
actually had four main hosts on our podcast
Mhm.
with two hosts that would come in regularly. And so I wouldn't say it was mine, it was ours.
Okay.
I was one of the producers. Um, I did a lot of the behind the scenes work for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was something very similar. But I think as far as this podcast between you and I, so I think this one's going to get a little bit more intimate.
Yeah. Okay. For sure.
And I think that's what's really going to work in our favor.
Mm-hmm.
I
Right.
just, I feel it.
You feel it? You feel that? You feel that? I feel something. I feel
I mean, the
something.
Jackson asked me if I could feel it. I feel it.
For sure, man. All right. Well, good, good, good. Well, with that being said, we thank you. I thank you, and we thank everybody who joined us. We are going to switch it up. We're going to have longer episodes. We're going to have shorter episodes. We're going to go live. We're going to invite you in. We're going to open up. Once we get a lot of enough interaction, we're going to open it up and ask for people to join, and all kinds of things we're going to do with this. But we just wanted to kind of just jump out there and just get started. When I was young, my dad taught me how to swim by pushing me into the pool and said, "You better figure it out." And I don't recommend that now, but sometimes that can be an effective learning tool. We're just gonna say that. All right. So, with that, I thank you. I don't have nothing else for right now, but if you have any closing remarks, I definitely want to hear from you. But yeah, that's all I got for right now.
I'm excited. This is going to be something big, and I
For
think it's
sure.
going to help a lot of people.
Absolutely.
And I feel like you said earlier, I think it's going to help us because again,
Right.
we're going to be sitting up here, we're going to be talking about navigating these relationship waters
Right.
as single people.
Man. Right. That's right.
So,
That's right. I love it. I love it. Good stuff. Well, with that being said, have a good night. Good night, everybody. Peace and blessings. We love you. Love yourselves. Love God. Give thanks and be positive in everything that you do. All right. Peace out.